I play the game with no timeouts. You ride my wave, you're getting wiped out. Big mistakes get wiped out. I spot you like a lighthouse. Watch your moves like a night owl. On a full moon, wolves gon' howl. Can't bounce back, no rebounds. I show up like me how.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Tip Off with your boy Iceman, and I got my guy Leaf in the building. What's good, bro?
What's up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate being here, man. Appreciate the invite. I'm here to we here to talk, man. Let's get it.
All right, let's chop it up. You know what I'm saying? First topic, I'm gonna let you start with Derek Whitehead. We're gonna start with Derek. Derek going through similar situation like Ben. He's going
Right.
back to the G League. Fans say, why is he on this team? We shouldn't have drafted him. He ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Yada, yada, yada. You know what the spiel is because Ben get the same type of treatment with the injury. Now, it's sad that he didn't even get his feet wet yet. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get his feet wet, went through 2 injuries, 2 surgeries, and trying to get back, but he's a bum. You know what I mean? Speak on that, Leaf.
Well, listen, I tell you, listen to the fans that's saying that. Listen, pump your brakes, slow your roll. Right now, we doing what we can with what we have. What people got to realize, what the fans got to realize, is that right now the trajectory that we're on is basically, no limit tank style. You know what I'm saying? So everything that seems like it's a bust, or everything that seems like it's a bad ordeal, most of it is a bad ordeal outside of Cam Thomas. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, the players that's guaranteed that's going to be here are the players that got drafted here. Clowney is one of them. Obviously, Claxton got the $100 million deal. Cam Thomas, man, we know he's gonna be here for the foreseeable future, man. So I mean, Derek Whitehead just had a setback, man. That injury in college, we got to look at that injury with a grain of salt, because realistically, it had it not been for that injury, we would have never got him. So
Facts.
realistically, man, like so I think we got to really just take it with a grain of salt. Is the injury hurting him to the point where he's probably not going to be an NBA player, not going to be a decent 1 to 10 NBA player on the roster? Probably not. But this is why we draft. We got to take our time, and we got to go through the bumps and bruises. And it is what it is, man. We ain't gonna always get it right, but prayers up to Derek Whitehead. Hope the injury. Hope he get his confidence back soon, because I know how that could derail your confidence. Them injuries, especially when you go into the next level. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Derek Whitehead, man. Hope he get well soon. To the fans that's out there on his head, just calm it down. He'll be well soon. Got to help the young man out with his progress. That's all.
You heard? Chill on Derek, bro. Get a dude some time. He got to work back. You know what I
Just
mean?
chill. Just
Injuries are
chill on him.
serious. You know what I'm saying? It's in
Yes.
serious. Now, I'm going to talk about my boy Ben. I know some folks don't like Ben, but I'll talk about Ben because injuries. I'm on injuries right now, yo. So, this is what I seen from Ben last time. Like, the first surgery Ben had, he did the same exact thing. He lost his athleticism. He scored 14 points and had 12 fouls in the first 2 games he came back from surgery. I'm gonna repeat that for y'all that didn't hear me correctly. Right? He had 14 points, 12 fouls in the first 2 games. He came back from surgery. Right? It's the same exact pattern, the same exact thing. Now I'm gonna say this. I don't know if that's gonna change, but by the time we got to November 15th, he started scoring more points. He got back into a rhythm. He went from 11 to 14 to like 18, then 20. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is y'all gotta be easy with the dudes that have injury. Sometimes they can get back, sometimes they can't. You just gotta wait it out to see what happens, right? Where in a tanking season, whatever Ben does don't even matter. It just matters for him. That's it. You know what I mean? So chill on that too. Relax. He might make it to the end of the season. He might not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big deal. As big a deal as people talk about him, it's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's only plays out good for him if he can stay healthy and do what he's supposed to do. What do you think about that, Leaf?
That's it exactly. Everything that you said. I kind of know Ben's timeline when it comes to injuries now. I know the second that he sees Giannis, any 2 games after that, he's pretty much banged up for the rest of the season. Because Giannis knows every time I see him, I'm lowering the shoulder. I'm going at him every single time because he's hurt. Because I own him. I've been owning him since Philly, and I own him still to this day. So every time, so just note, anytime we got the Bucks on the schedule, Ben Simmons plays that game, that's probably most likely one of the last times you're going to see him that season. He knows he has no business out there, but he's going to go out there anyway because he's trying to get a new deal. It ain't going to be a new $40 million contract, but it is going to be a new deal nonetheless. I probably see him maybe getting 3 to 5 mil after this year, maybe a DeLon Wright type of contract or one of them Russ type of contracts when he was floating around the league. The bottom line with Ben Simmons, man, is that those injuries are never going to put him back in the place that he was. It's never going. It's because of those injuries that's what it basically means. So teams that are going to sign him from here on out, they're going to sign him to 1-year deals, maybe maybe a contract here and there. He's going to get maybe $9 million next year, the most, but he's never going to see over a $10 million contract in his league. Me personally, I've said my feelings about him. Everybody knows I believe that he is a robber. He is a thief a lot of times, but I had to come to clarity and just come to clarity and believe that maybe this is just him. This is something in his head. You know, injuries. Once again, the same with Dariq Whitehead. Injuries could mess your head up. You know what I'm saying? You're not yourself. You're not the guy you used to be. You don't have the explosiveness that you used to have, and all of those things go away. You know, so the thing with injuries, man, they could definitely derail a player, and they could definitely anybody, a guy that's coming from college to the league, or a guy that's trying to go back to his normal self. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing about Ben Simmons is that he's what he adds to the court outside of scoring is still there. The scoring is it's probably totally vanished, but what he adds outside of that is still there. So injury or no injury, you're gonna get the Ben Simmons that you've been getting.
Right? So I'm gonna talk about myself with the injury, just to give an example of what I mean with the injuries and what Leach just spoke about it, how it messes with your head. My dad said, "Yo, I'm worried about you being injured to next year." While I was in therapy, I'm like, "Oh hell nah!" The way I feel, give me 2 months, I'll be back to work. In 2 months, don't you know I needed a cane? That's how bad injuries mess with your head. It tells you things that's not reality, bro. I felt so good, like, yo, I'm about to be back, and now I'm about to go get surgery or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it plays with you. So I give him some grace, and I give Derek some grace because now I really understand when you go through and you see like the struggle of it, and you like, nah, you know what I mean? Like he could get. It's rough. It is terribly rough, and you don't know till you're in it. You know what I'm saying? To win it. So now we're gonna go to Noah Clowney because I've been hearing things about Noah Clowney too. Fans are unsatisfied with Noah Clowney's production. It's only 3 games. Only 3 games. But Lee, fans are saying they don't know about Clowney in 3 games, bro. Speak to me about that. Speak to me about why you think you're not getting the production out of Noah Clowney that fans think he should be producing.
So let me just clear the air about this young man. First off, he's about 19, 20 years old. He's a 21st pick in the Wemby draft. I'm gonna say this out loud, man, again for anybody that's gonna hear me. He is a 21st pick in the Wemby draft. What is now and forever going to
Right.
be known as the Wemby draft. So the fact that we got him at the spot that we got him, I think we should appreciate that. And the fact that he's able to play alongside of Nick Claxton off the bench at this point in time. Obviously, Claxton is probably going to go back to the starting five. What I was about to say, I lost my train of thought. And that's probably going to make us short, probably at the center position for a while because we still don't have Davon either. But I don't know what y'all problem with these young boys is, man. These are young men. These guys ain't even. Some of these kids ain't even old enough to drink on our team. They ain't legal drinking age. So we
Facts.
gotta calm down about the thing is the ceiling for Clowney is basically Nick Claxton with a 3-ball. That's basically what it is. That's his ceiling right now. And if you look at the way he's been playing in the past couple of games, he's been taking a lot of his shots. He's been very confident in his shot, man. It's not been a crazy 40% type of shot, man. But he's getting the confidence there. He's out there. He's taking his drives to the basket. The last 3 games, he's been playing. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know these people that's getting on Noah Clowney. It's one thing to get on Ben Simmons and Dariq Whitehead. I understand that, but we're not gonna do the young men like this, man. We're not here, not in this city. We ain't gonna do them like this, man. We didn't do Cam Thomas like this. We're not gonna do Noah Clowney like this neither. So the thing is, we have to toe the line, man, and understand that these young boys, man, they need caring, man. They just like your little nephews and your little nephews and your little cousins, because that's the age that they are going into this league, man. Your little nephew and your little cousin that just
Right.
graduated high school, they could be in the league and they could be in the spot. So you got to think of it like that. So whoever these fans are, I need y'all to calm it down. Calm it down on these young boys. Now, if you want to go at the veterans, that's fine. But calm it down on these young men. They didn't get paid yet. They ain't stealing no money. And we got to give them some grace, man, because they out there doing their best in the hand that they dealt, man, which is the Brooklyn Nets front office. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta we
Yo.
gotta we gotta calm it down, man. But to make it short, Noah Clowney is still defensively sound, man. He's still finding his shot. He's still doing a lot of things on the court. That's a plus. Still rebounding, still being active, still running the floor. Those a lot of the things that Clowney does, and more. And plus the jump shot, plus the 3-ball, plus putting the ball on the floor, plus attacking, giving us space. So I like what Noah Clowney is doing, and I hope he continues to get better as the season progresses. Definitely, man. The man is only 20 years old, man. Give him some grace.
You heard. Yeah, heard. Give him some goddamn grace. But I'm gonna say, right, what I think when I go on Twitter and see these fans talking, it's because he's at center, right? So when he's at center, he's not a center. So that takes away from his regularly duties. And he himself on an interview said he gets confused at times when he's playing center and the duties change and he goes back to power forward and his role changes and he has to think in a split second of which is what and what is who. So for him, that's confusing. He's learning, but it's confusing to him. And fans don't understand that. You know what I mean? They just looking at him like, yo, this nigga's all over the place. This guy is all over. Yo. You know
They
what I mean?
don't.
So
They don't.
you got to understand what people go through. These young guys going through on the court. It's a learning curve, especially when you're not familiar with that position. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to take it easy, take it easy on this young boy. You heard? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all
Yeah.
understand because I'm talking about stuff people don't want to talk about. So I hope y'all listening out there. Take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, all right, we're going to get into the 3 games, and we're going to just point out some things that we think other people didn't notice. So, all right, Leaf, tell me something that you noticed that's different in these 3 games that you think fans haven't picked up on.
The coaching. Let's
Ah,
start there. Let's start with Jordy Fernandez. Jordy
all right.
Fernandez. The way that he has these young guys playing with the 1 to 10 roster, and he's running a good rotation of guys. Everybody's out there defending. Everybody's out there active on defense. Now we know on the offensive end we don't have as much talent. We don't have as much creators. We don't have our skilled guys. We don't have really too many sets and too many things like that, because what we are is a young team mostly, and our shooters are the veterans, man, or supposed to be. And we got to
Mm-hmm.
get them out and running, because when you got Ben Simmons out on the court, that's pace. That's defense, and that's pace, because he likes to run the floor. Obviously, he's a pass first all the time type of guy, especially with the injuries that he has. Man, he doesn't have that athleticism and that explosiveness anymore. So that's pretty
Right.
much what he has now. So I see that Jordy Fernandez, he has something. He has an idea how he wants to play and how he wants these guys to play. He understands these
Mm-hmm.
guys' skill sets. Zaire Williams, for a perfect example, big time pickup for us in terms of athleticism, and a guy that could guard, to get out and guard the perimeter, and be pretty much like a ball hawk on defense. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
guy's everywhere. He done messed around and took minutes from Jalen Wilson. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
Jalen Wilson just came off of summer where he won Summer League MVP, and he was the second round pick for us, earning his minutes and earning his keep as well. He
Real
was
quick.
talking about how Jalen Wilson defensively in I think it was game 2, he wasn't as mobile, he wasn't as active, he was giving up on plays a little bit. He sensed that, you know what I'm saying, and he saw that on the court. So we got a coach that has his eyes everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So I think deep on the defensive side of the ball, I think we played very sound these past 3 games. Even though we lost the Orlando game, that was due to lack of
Mm-hmm.
offense. That was due to and you can see it, and you can see that we active on defense, because we fouling the shit out of every goddamn body. That's what we
Yeah.
doing. We giving up that, like, I ain't gonna lie, we might lead the league in fouls.
So
That's one
far,
thing for
three
sure.
games. Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing
Those
for
three
sure.
games.
So Jordy Fernandez, he gets a thumbs up for me, at least for the moment, man, because he got these guys active. He got them guys like noticing like their abilities, because a lot of this team, and we said it when we got these players after the KD trade, a lot of this team is defensive guys. You go look back at Finney Smith, what he was in Dallas. You go look back at what Ben Simmons was before the injuries. You go look back at what Claxton was alongside of KD, and so on and so forth. And we add guys like Zaire, who's athletic, or Memphis wasn't playing him as much. You look at a guy like Noah
Right.
Clowney, who's basically a carbon copy of Nick Claxton with a jump shot. That's another young defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, we and getting Cam Thomas to commit on the defensive end. That's one of the biggest things. You know what I'm saying? So
Biggest.
realistically, I don't think people see the collective effort from the defensive side of the ball. And I think Jordy Fernandez has a large part to do with it, because he is subbing guys out. He's playing at least 9 to 10 guys, and he need all hands on deck when it comes to defense. Now we a guy short with Ben, because who I knew was going to sit out. It's going to be interesting to see without Ben and without Dayron. So we like pretty much two big guys down, two centers down, two muscle guys down, two screen setters down, from like
Right.
basically playing somewhat of the way we really want to play, because I think Dayron understands how Jordy Fernandez wants to play on the defensive side of the ball, and how he wants to run on the offense, mainly run. I would like to
Right.
see how he's executing in that, man, because I want to see how his passing ability and his ability to shoot, and his willingness to shoot, is a willingness to pass and shoot, is gonna add on to the offensive side of the ball. And I want to, because we obviously know he the best rebounder on our team. That's no
Yeah.
question.
Hands
So
down.
yeah, hands down. So I really want to see how he's gonna how he's gonna fit in to what Jordy Fernandez wants to do. But if I had to say, the biggest thing that I don't think anybody is looking at is the coaching. The coaching is much better. The defense is much better. The effort is much better. We might lose a lot of games, but we're not gonna get embarrassed, man. We're gonna be active on defense. We're gonna foul if we need to, and guys is gonna go out there and compete on that side of the ball. Even though we shorthanded on offense, even though we don't have enough on offense, nowhere. We probably bottom in the barrel in terms of like offensive skill set of terms of a team. But defensively, we know we getting an identity, and I think we finding out who we are very, very quickly.
All right. So yeah, you hit on a couple things because I don't think fans notice if you push us, bro, you're gonna get pushed back, bro.
Oh yeah,
it might come in fouls, but we gonna handle business out there. You know what I mean? And I'm not condoning Clax's clothesline. I'm not
I'm not
condoning
neither,
that.
but at the same time, I think listen, it's sort of a nothing is easy type of mentality that we going towards. And I
right,
think we're working towards that direction of like, all right, yo, we might lose this game, but we ain't out here just giving up easy layups, easy dunks, easy scores, and easy baskets. Our perimeter defense could get better. We do give up threes. It is what it is, man. We not as quick on the perimeter. If we have more quicker guys that's going to get out on the perimeter, I think Zaire is like our quickest guy in terms of contesting threes and
yep,
all of that, man. I mean, Cam Johnson playing defense, Dorian Finney-Smith, you know what he can do in terms of inside the paint. But if we have more perimeter guys that's going to get out to the three-point line and contest shots and contest threes, get in the passing lanes like that, I think we'd be much better defensively on that front. And I think that'll shine a light a whole lot brighter to what this team can do. But at the same time, I think in terms of like giving up easy layups and easy dunks as of these last three games, that's not going.
not happening.
Giannis wasn't just spinning in the lane and just dunking left and right like he normally do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of guys. Dame wasn't putting up Dame time and pointing to his wrists yesterday, man. It was a lot of things that wasn't happening. Paolo didn't put up 50 on us like he just did against the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't happening. Paolo just put up 50
Hey,
just now. I just seen that. Yeah, so that was so that news just came to me. But the thing is, we not making nothing easy, and I think the same thing is gonna go as the season goes, because we're creating the identity of what type of image we want to be, and it's all we got it all to thank it. We got to all thank Jordy Fernandez, man. First time coach, and he's
back.
out there making his voice known, and he's getting these players to buy in to something on this team, even though we know we don't have nothing.
Ah, I see, and that's what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna talk about some things that I've seen. I don't think fans notice, right? You hit on some of them things, but I want to talk about in the game things, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
lineup, I had to go back and watch some film. In that lineup with Ben and Clax, when they said that Ben didn't take that lob, well, it was a bad pass. But what happened was he came downhill and Claxton set a screen. So
Right.
when he set a screen for Clax, both men stood on Claxton and he slipped by. And I'm like, oh, like wow, Jordy smart, because no one ever tried that. I even
Right.
heard Gilbert Arena said Doc Rivers never ran a pick and roll all the time with Ben and Embiid. But here
No.
Jordy is with two non-shooters and he runs pick and roll with them. And I find that interesting because this is one thing you haven't heard lately, Lee, is nobody guards Ben Simmons. Right? That
Right.
shit just went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody guards Ben because he's been getting downhill now. So now
Mm-hmm.
they worry about Ben getting down. Even if he does it one time, that is stuck in their head for the rest of the game. And that allows Clax to slip, or it allows him to slip, and it's creating havoc. And I'm like, yo, Jordy's smart. Because why would anybody just, you know what I mean? Claxton man plays drop coverage and he
Right.
sets the pick for Ben. Ben starts to get downhill. you let Clax roll because you got to stop Ben from coming downhill. I was like, that's genius. I
Yeah,
I ain't
it
I ain't
is.
never seen nobody try that. You know what I'm
It
saying?
it
I
it,
was
it,
amazed. I watched the video a couple times. I'm like, bro, that shit crazy.
it is genius,
You
and
know
I'm
what I
glad
mean?
you yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. You still hear me, right? Yo, you can still hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah. You there?
Yeah. I'm glad
Yeah, I
you
can hear
brought
you.
that up. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking to myself just now. I'm like, yo, what if Claxton was like a much better screen setter? A lot of our plays, bro, and a lot of what we do would like intricate very well. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe Dayron could fit into what Jordy Fernandez is trying to do. Maybe he could. Maybe there
Mm-hmm.
is a spot for him. You know what I'm saying? He has Dayron has an interesting skill set. Outside of his rebounding, outside of his strength, he could make some basic reads, make some good passes.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to shoot. He's a willing passer. He's a willing shooter. Defensively, he's not as mobile, obviously, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, he could get cooked on pick and roll situations, bro. Like if you put him in there, bro. Like, but at the same time, I think that on the back end when we have guys when we have like a Noah Clowney or we have like a Zaire Williams bro, on the back end, those guys is kind of like weak side type help defense, and then we have other guys that like basically picking up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. One hand wash the others. You know, type of thing on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of the points that you mentioned about that specific play, I think that would be a good play for Davon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be great because like Ben Simmons,
Mm-hmm.
when is Ben Simmons playing with a screen setter on or off the ball? Because anytime he cuts or anytime he's getting down
Ah,
here, the defense is noticing. The defense is picking that up because they're not letting him get to the
right,
paint. You know what I'm saying? But if he has a clear lane to the paint,
right.
Ben Simmons will take that. Will take that layup and take that dunk. He'll take that. If he doesn't, then he won't. Then he won't do it. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how Jordy Fernandez keeps like intricate, like executing plays and executing little sets here and there on the offensive end because the defensive end, he's like getting in. He's making sure guys are locked in. That's the main thing. So, but it's interesting you brought that up, man, because I'm noticing little plays. There's not a lot of them because we don't really have that much talent, but there are little plays here and there where he's helping to get guys open.
Right.
Definitely.
Definitely. Because that's what I've been noticing. And I've been talking to myself watching these videos. Like, I wonder if anybody else seen this shit. Because, you know what I'm saying? They more focus on Ben not catching the lobs or shit like that. But I see the little set of screen for Ben or Clack set of screen for Ben. It opened up so much of the court that I don't think other people listen. Like, there's plays on the other side that's open, three ball that's open on the other side, or even if he does like the little hockey pass, if Ben pass it, then Cam get it and Cam pass it, someone's open. And I'm like,
Right.
bro, like you said the other night on Breezy's podcast, shout out Breezy, he said they shot like 47 threes,
Shot 16 for
and it
45.
sometimes it doesn't even look like they shoot. Yeah, it doesn't even look like they shoot that much. I know they were shooting threes, but it didn't look like 40, bro,
My
45.
my, but
You
but
know what I'm
hit, but
saying? And
right,
half,
right. But not to cut you off, but like here's my thing about the 45 threes. How many of those threes were open looks? How many of those threes were where guys move the ball around and we move the ball around as a team and we got an open look? How many of those threes came from dribble drive execution? How many of those threes came from all right, yo, somebody's trying to draw the double team? That's what we got to really count because if those threes fall a large percent of those threes falls as a team, that's a dangerous team you facing on a night in and night out basis. Because I could guarantee you, bro, like if we was on the level of a team that could hit 29 threes any given night, I guarantee you, bro, like this team ain't looked at as a tanking team. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but it is an
right?
NBA team. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, it is an NBA team, and we gotta, take it with a grain of salt because there's teams that's supposed to be good and there's teams that's supposed to be bad in the NBA season. We just so happen to be a part of the supposed to be bad column, the quote unquote supposed to be bad
Right.
column. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at right
Right.
now. But definitely, it's a lot of things out on the court that I'm seeing and I'm picking up on, man. I'm not just out here super ranting about Cam Thomas or early in the morning. I'm not just out here. I mean, I had to do that, man. That's our homie, man. Nah, I ain't getting at him, man. That's our homie, man. Shout out to Breeze, but definitely, man. I think
Yeah.
I think as a unit, man. Because he gonna watch this video, he gonna see what I say. He gonna like, yo, what you mean, bro? I'm like, but definitely, bro. I think we did a good job in terms of finding a coach that's going to set a tone for us on one side of the ball as far because right we got the athleticism. I think athletically deep on the defensive end we got it. I saw it yesterday. Now if there's a team that's able to like to
Right.
basically counter react that, it has to be a damn good shooting team. It just so happened to be there's some damn good shooting teams in the league, but I mean we'll cross that bridge when we get there, man. So I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. I do.
So do I. I see it the way you see it, and if you're like one of them in between, close to the bottom teams, at any given night, you could be got. If shooting gets hot on this side of Brooklyn, you heard? You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. That's a
Don't
fact.
you know what I'm saying? Bucks just fell victim to defense, and the shots
Yes,
wasn't falling. So, as to Leaf's point, if one of them nights these shots falling, somebody's gonna be in trouble, bro. It ain't gonna
absolutely,
look good, and you gonna get one of them Washington Wizard blowout. You know what I mean?
absolutely, bro. You
But
got to
that's
look
all
at
I got for y'all today.
yeah. You just one more
Go ahead,
thing.
bro.
Just one more thing, man. You got to look at it with a grain of salt because we be the top 10 team in the league by double digits, and we didn't win. We went 16 for 45. That's a dangerous ass goddamn win,
Right.
bro. Like, especially for us and a team that doesn't really have that much talent on the board. That's probably one of our best. That probably might be one of our best wins of the season, and we only 3 games in. So I definitely didn't see this last year.
Fact.
When we was 3 games in, bro. Like when we was
Nope.
5 or 10 games in. So yeah, man,
Right.
definitely,
Exactly. The feel is different. The look is different. The
absolutely,
commitment is different. And we got
absolutely.
Dennis Schroeder out here ready to put Paul on anybody talking about the Brooklyn Nets. You heard?
Facts. He out here on a 1 year deal and he ready to catch a crime after the game, bro. I was like, oh man. All right. Let's move on. Let's hoop.
Yo,
Y'all not fighters, man. Like let's hoop, man. Come on, man. Let's do our thing and let's get it on the court, man. So yeah, definitely, man.
me.
But yeah, man, this was real,
All
man.
right.
Appreciate it. Ice, man. Man, we gonna link up
No
again,
problem.
man, because we got 79 games left. So so we gonna make sure we link up again, talk, man, kick the shit, man. Just it's just good to do it, man, because it seemed like every time we win, man, we arguing about something. Somebody wants something, man, more, man. Like I said, I feel like we Philly fans sometimes. Like how the Northeast is with our teams, man. Like us, Philly, Boston, like
Unsatisfied.
we all the same, man. I keep telling people we got to change that attitude because when we have that attitude, we end up just like everybody else that's around us. When you look at Boston,
Fact.
when you look at
Fact.
Philly, when you look at the Tangerines, we ain't no different than them in terms of what we demand. But we got to
Right.
stop that mentality. And when the second that we stop that, things will be better off. We got to look at it with everything that's a higher up. Everybody fits the role of a team, and especially a 10-man roster, bro. Like you can't look for any and everybody to just fill out. It's a lot of things that don't work like that. Maybe we will get there someday, but right now we're not there. So we got to just take it one game at a time, one day at a
Right.
time, 1 year at a time. So well, we gonna be back, man. We're gonna be back though.
Right. Everybody
Definitely.
can't play their game in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
You
fact.
can't play
That is a
your
fact.
style game. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice.
Yep.
You gotta sacrifice. You heard?
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So that's all I got for
Definitely.
my fans today. You heard? My guy
Mm-hmm.
Leaf. Y'all know my
Yep.
saying. Y'all don't gotta like. Y'all don't gotta subscribe. Cause I don't know nothing, bruh. You know what I'm saying? All right, we out.
Yep. Yep. Definitely, man. Peace.
Yeah, bruh.